Okay, just a few days left before the big game here, and many people wondering if the Super Bowl will be one of these historical things where everybody says best idea ever, or potentially a super bust. Now, ticket prices on the secondary market are falling. And let's be clear, the weather and the snowmageddon, it's not going to happen. It's probably going to be even 40, okay? Maybe a little rain and stuff, but nothing too bad. But the scare of it, very possibly, could have had a chilling effect on some folks coming. You have hotels in the New York, New Jersey area that are now offering lower rates because there's still open rooms. Experts blaming everything from the aforementioned weather to the teams playing to the initial overpricing. And on Monday, the question is, are we going to look back and say this was an unqualified success, or is New York almost too big to be impacted because it doesn't need to have a Super Bowl?
Yeah, Richard, it's funny. I was talking to some people about this recently. Other reporters asked me about it. I don't know if you recall, there was a Thursday night the Giants kicked off the season. They put John Bon Jovi on Broadway, shut down Broadway, right? So you have the Giants game, John Bon Jovi, MTV Music Awards at Radio City, and the semifinals of the men's at U.S. Open, all at the same time. New York City can handle this stuff without blinking an eye.
No, they can handle
There's
it.
110.
But aren't you making my point?
Yeah,
that you don't. How many people we know said, if you had 2 tickets, would you go? And then people are like,
ESPN actually, my dad told me on the way over, there was a crowd of 50 people. How many would take 2 free tickets if given to them? 3 people raised their hands. Nobody wants to go sit in the cold. That's fine. It's going to be a great game. Watch it at home. There's 110,000 hotel rooms in the New York metropolitan area. There's 80,000 seats
but
plus
you had
media.
50,000 people freezing there. You know what's last night at Yankee Stadium to watch the Isles unfortunately lose to the Rangers. All right, let me ask you on this one. At least we might watch for the games, but we always watch the game with people who are watching for other reasons, including the ads. Now, companies spending millions of dollars just to get 30 seconds of airtime here. And here's one of this year's ads, and it comes from Doritos.
Hey, Mr. Smith. Want to try out my time machine? It runs on Doritos.
Sure. So now what?
Gotta put the whole bag in.
Okay.
Yes.
It's really working, Jimmy! This is the greatest moment of my life! Get out of my yard! Jimmy? You're so old. It's the future!
Not bad, right? You remember a spot in particular over the years that you were just like, no, that was good?
I mean, recently, Leon Sandcastle with Deion Sanders is funny.
That was pretty funny, yeah.
You know, the Bud Light frogs, the frogs, everybody remembers.
Remember the big one last year when the lights went out? Oreo took over Twitter, and everybody was tweeting about Oreo and the blackout, what to do in the blackout. So they didn't even buy an ad, and they got their earned media out of the Super Bowl.
Smart.
The little Darth Vader kid.
I watch him, but then by the end of the night, okay, I watch them for maybe a week, and then after that, they're gone.
Apple ran the ad once, if you recall.
Well, remember they made people attribute the 1984 ad they ran, where they with a sledgehammer they brought the computer. It really kind of, in many ways, cemented them as the iconic brand they became.
It's funny when you attend a Super Bowl party.
Thanks, guys.
Everybody says, "Pay attention, be quiet. Let's watch the ads." The talk during the game and quiet for the ads.
Yeah.
I'm more impressed with Beyonce performing. So
thank you very much, Dominic. So, end of the day, do we say Super Bowl huge success, and they're going to do more outdoor venues, cold weather, or do they say, all right, we did it, lesson learned?
We did it, lesson learned. New York is too big. We can't impress New Yorkers. As you said, LeBron is in town the night before the Super Bowl. New York can handle so many different things.
Yeah, I think it actually proves you can do it in the cold weather. Remember they were saying nobody would go, there'll be an empty stadium, or they can't get there. I mean, I don't know if anyone's gone to this stadium for Jets games by train.
Be a hassle
I will tell you, from New York City by train, it's so easy. I don't know if you went out there that way.
Getting out of there is tough.
Getting out of there is going to be
tough by train. I attended
the Super Bowl in San Diego years ago, and that was a tough one to get to. I think this one will be even easier. New York and the public transportation is fabulous. I think it'll show New York can have it, and they'll come back.
That much we can agree on. We'll watch. All right. We'll wrap things up after this. Please stay with us.